Yeah,
it's with us now. It's a force, so we want to understand it. And there's a little bit of interesting research that came out on it, so maybe we can try to figure out a little bit about what's behind it.
We'll chat about it next. In the meantime, join us on W4 TV and chat with us off the air. And the Monday Morning Jumpstart with Marty starts right after Uncle Kracker Smile on W4 Country.
And we are clear.
I had a wrong number calling me this morning. They're calling back.
Tell them
I wouldn't normally answer this, but I'm very intrigued.
Thank you for calling Jet's Pizza.
Right? Hello.
Good morning, Greg.
You definitely have the wrong number for the second time this morning.
Oh, she was kind of snippy for the second time.
Okay, no. So they asked for two different things. So someone's totally messing with me now, right? Like the first time they asked for a specific name. This time they asked for a company.
Well, the two don't have to be mutually exclusive. It could be a specific name that works at a company.
But you called the same number.
I know, but it could be a specific person at a company.
I think someone's trying to mess with me. I don't trust it at all.
Hey, Matt, happy Monday to you. Good morning, Jacob.
Good morning.
Hello, Steve.
Good
It's
morning.
all gentlemen listening so far. Or at
It's
least
like
dominant.
Romper Room. I see Matt Ryan and Jacob Herzl.
I
There's
used to get-
Steve.
I used to get so pissed at Romper Room when she wouldn't see Brian.
When she would see Bubba.
Yeah, when she wouldn't see me, I'd get so mad.
And I don't see Bubba.
It's not me.
Romper Room was regional, right? Like LA had a different Romper Room than Detroit.
Probably, man. It's pretty low budget, man. Do you have Romper Stompers? Bubba?
Nope. Nope. It was Romper Room.
No,
followed
the
by
No, the Stompers were the things that you walked on. They were just like plastic cups that you what a toy. Plastic cups that you stand on with like these
They had long
elastic
strings,
things.
right? So you could hold them with your hands.
Rubber. Yeah, exactly. You just walk. You know, it's so much less efficient than actual walking, but they sold.
I'm sure my it sounds like something that Caleb will do to me at Anytime Fitness. I've been working with him, Marty. I work with him 4 days a week.
He's like, sprint down there in Romper Stompers, 100-yard sprints.
Ooh.
Chipped teeth and broken glasses and Dr. Bills. Madison's not laughing because she's too young to know.
I'm distracted with the phone calls I got this morning. I'm sorry. I'm really not even paying attention to what you're saying.
What's the business that we're looking for?
I don't know. Something insulation, I think. I don't even remember what she was asking for. It's very strange. Something feels off. I don't like it.
Because Joe was like the ideal prank call setup.
That's what I was
Joe
thinking.
who? Joe Mama.
Right. See? Right.
Oh,
Right? Someone's messing with me.
Yeah, I'm looking for the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Is
Coming up
Amanda
on-
is
coming up on
Amanda hug and kiss
Amanda
there? Is Amanda hug and kiss there?
I'm looking for Amanda.
Oh, we need to say hi to Teresa.
We're back here in 5,
Hi, Teresa.
4,
Hi, Cindy.
3, 2.
102.9 W4 Country. And since we're on the air, I want to say good morning to folks that have joined us on W4 TV, including one of my dearest friends in the world, Teresa Pierce. Teresa's sister, Nino Pierce, who is working for United Airlines right now in John Wayne Airport in Orange County, along with her friend. It's Cindy, and it's a very early morning. Good Lord, if it's 7:43 here, it's 4:43 there.
My goodness. Who gets
That
up
is
that early?
Early morning. Thank you, Teresa, for listening. We do appreciate it. We're talking about cancel culture today. And let me tell you, being in media, it's a different time than it was. I mean, it has a lot of times us walking on eggshells here on the morning show of what's funny, what's not, what can we say, what can't we say. And it seems like no matter what we do, inevitably we piss someone off. We got a complaint last week that was just bizarre. It had to do with an advertiser. We don't control who advertises.
Yeah, it's getting free speech looks like it's being questioned at least by some people.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us about cancel culture, Marty.
All right, cancel culture. That's when large groups of people get together to determine that there was look, this takes on religious sort of overtones to it, because a lot of this looks religious, this piety of, someone says something that is disagreeable. Now there's no redemption, no way back. You are canceled. You lose your job. There are a whole bunch of just recent reports of this.
Is this just a trend, or is this something that'll go away?
I'm wondering what you think. I mean, I think it's going to get so obnoxious that it goes away. We've seen it other places too, outside of America, and it usually runs a course. It can do a lot of damage, though, especially to institutions like free speech. Now, look, there's certain things you should be fired for. Okay, that's one thing, but canceled out of the culture is what we're talking about, where you can't get a job again. Maybe you get your credit cards, canceled. That's happened a few times. That's been a little experiment that's been tried. So it's got some people's attention. And the research that I'm looking at this as I'm not a pol. I don't get into politics. I'm interested in human behavior, though, and we do have some research that we can go over to see what's going on there. Like, why is it happening? Why now? Cool.
Dive into it. What's going on?
Okay, so the first thing that it does is it increases social status. So we want to belong. We're creatures that don't survive by ourselves. So we sort of pack up into tribes. Well, one thing that's happening, especially with social media, is that if someone does something wrong and you fail to attack them, your group comes after you and say, hey, step up. I actually got called out for something that happened in a town I lived in 30 years ago. Where are you, Marty? You don't care about this kind of thing. So they wanted to cancel someone and wanted me to get involved in it.
Yeah, and then they come after you. Your silence is telling.
That's like bullying.
Yes. Yeah. It's very. Oh, look, I think that in many cases these people were bullied and they're giving it back.
Yeah, like 30 years ago, 20 years ago. I mean, people change over time. I was a different person 20 years ago. Hell, I was a different person 3 years ago.
If we had to answer to our worst moments, we'd all be canceled. So there's no redemption.
That's deep.
Yeah, especially in your life, you're thinking like, oh yeah, oh my God.
What's point number 2?
Point number 2 is cancel culture serves to lower the social status of your enemies, right? So as you raise your status, you're going to lower the status of someone else. So again, we have the tribalism effect, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but it sort of feels like we have two major tribes because people keep tying it back to politics. And so whenever one organization, or group of people bands together to condemn someone, you often see support spring up from another group.
Yes, that concerns me, right? Because the pendulum does swing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And some people who are getting their backs pushed against the wall or feel that they are going to not like that pressure.
All right, more with Dr. Marty coming up. If you want to join us on W4 TV, you can be welcome to my kitchen, welcome to Madison's bedroom, welcome to wherever Welch is sitting on a giant couch, welcome to Marty's study and our studio as well. Just go to facebook.com/W4Country or youtube.com/W4Country. We are there, and we'll chat with you when we're off the air too. Let's find out how your driving to work is going. We've had a bad drive this morning. What's up, Madison?
Yeah, things are not so fun. You want to give yourself a little extra time this morning. We do have a couple of incidents. Eastbound 94 after Jackson Avenue. The right lane is blocked there due to an accident, and we are seeing some slowdowns, actually both directions through there. Slowdowns are from the M14 split all the way through Ann Arbor Saline, and that's actually on both sides. And I think that is because we have another accident to report on 94 94 westbound right after Ann Arbor Saline Road. So it's pretty slow moving right through there in both directions. We're also looking at slower moving traffic on M14 and 23. We also have heavier traffic on US 12 right around 23. Michigan Avenue, you might see some slowdowns sort of off and on all the way from Clinton all the way through downtown Saline. Looks like 275 north and southbound, you're going to see some slowdowns as well. A couple of accidents to report there. Northbound, just ahead of, just north of Ford Road is slow moving right through there. There is an accident right there and another one right around 96. Also a little slower at the 96 and 23 interchange. If you have a tip for us, 734-623-1029. Traffic is sponsored by Allstate, and that's the latest from the W4 Country Traffic Center.
And clear on radio.
Man, that area 94 is just a disaster.
What happened?
I don't know. There's a couple accidents there, but on both sides.
Be long traffic breaks.
So this is my new studio. Look, I'm not in the loft anymore.
You're not
Yeah, I
where
was wondering.
I just saw you shut off the light. I couldn't figure out where you were.
I did. Both were true. I shut off the light, and you couldn't figure out where I was.
Aha!
I've got you now.
Touche, Marty. No, Griffin moved out, so he's in Chelsea, swinging in that town.
So you have your own dedicated space now, and he doesn't have a bedroom anymore.
Yeah, I've got like all my recording equipment. I think I'm going to make a hit record.
Oh, that's interesting, Steve. It was the sidewalks that were just like sheets of ice. I will never drive to Cincinnati again, though. That flight, boom, done, fast.
Ohio, I mean, God bless them, but it's not a fun state to go through, especially all the way through.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, it's a real bummer.
Yeah. Once you get out of there, I don't want to offend anyone, but they have good Buckeye nuts, I hear. If you want to snack on those.
That doesn't make up for all the awful.
Can you eat a Buckeye nut?
Isn't there a dessert called a Buckeye nut?
Those are delightful.
Yeah, those are peanut butter and chocolate.
Okay.
But they are definitely not real
Oh,
Buckeyes.
yes, you can eat it.
Yeah, they're not. You got to pick one off a tree.
No.
I'm talking about the real nuts.
I don't know how you would deal with those. I don't believe they're edible.
Crack it.
So name your state after them, right?
Can't wait, Dr. Marty. Can't wait for what?
Yeah, tell me. I'm excited. I don't know why.
Oh, for the album that you just talked about.
Oh, for the hit song.
Well, you said a hit album.
Oh,
You can't stop at one song, Marty.
Well, I can't disappoint my fan base, Vicky. I better do a whole album.
There are not a lot of people watching this morning.
Why not? I
I
fear
There
of
were.
cancellation. I think it's a
Well,
fear of cancellation.
When we first started. One of my favorite people's watching.
And Tracy.
Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning.
Anybody been canceled or threatened? I bet you guys cancel each other regularly. Like a few times a day. I'm never
Bubba
talking.
often threatens to turn off my microphone.
Which he can't actually do now, which is kind of fun.
I can't mute him here.
You can mute him, but well, he can unmute himself if you mute him.
I agree, Matt. It's just too much. God.
You're gonna have to now.
Have to what?
You muted him, and now he's got to
No, I
unmute
didn't.
himself.
I never touched him.
Oh.
You can't silence me. Not for long.
Where are we in the hour? I'm confused. Are we coming out of Chris Jansen? We must.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is that a traffic tip, Mr. Skip?
Yeah, traffic update. On and off ramps at Baker, both slippery and icy and slushy. And there's a truck that just went into the ditch. It's affecting 94 eastbound.
Mhm. It's slippery everywhere.
Also, I need an Ideal You here.
Between songs?
Oh, whatever you can. Not between songs.
We'll do it in the next break.
Okay.
Where are we?
We're coming out of song number 1, headed towards the 55.
Thank you.
And 30 seconds.
Someone wrote our Facebook page saying Welch did a good job with the screen test today and never gets enough credit.
I'm pretty proud of that one.
That was a good one. Eric.
10 seconds.
Are you happy, Marty? You look kind of sad and distant today.
Back in 3, 2, 1.
102.9 W4 Country 755 in the Monday Morning Jumpstart with Marty. We're talking about cancel culture this morning, something that being in the media is just horrifying. Number 1, it increases social status. Number 2, it serves to lower the status for your enemies. What's point number 3 about cancel culture, Marty?
Well, it strengthens social bonds. Like Madison said, it's kind of like bullying behavior. A lot of this looks like what I saw in junior high, where, somebody said something, involves gossip, and let's not play with that kid anymore. They're out. So what it does is it strengthens that core group. They organize around a mission. That's the one sort of social political missions. And then they're looking around to bust you for what you said.
Were you ever excluded in junior high?
I don't know, probably. I was bullied some.
You just seem like the kind of guy that would have been.
It's not like I was, saying things that were politically riling up some of my classmates or anything like that. I was just a nerdy kid. I got bullied a little bit.
I think everybody had some kind of experience with that, though, right?
More with Dr. Marty and the Monday Morning Jumpstart after Luke Bryan down to 1. Watch us at W4 TV, Facebook.com/W4 Country, or YouTube.com/W4 Country.
Amir, clear on radio.
We're going to have to hold you over in the 8 o'clock hour, Marty, if that's okay with you.
That's fine. And by the way, I got 100 sleep rating last night, so I feel great. Look at that.
Out of what?
2 million.
I slept like 2 hours on Friday night, and then Saturday night, I slept like 2 hours. So last night I thought I needed a full night, so I took an Ambien.
Whew. Oh, that's a full night. Full night of sleepwalking and preparing a ham.
I got 9 hours.
Preparing a 10-course meal in your sleep.
Thankfully, I've only had one bad reaction on Ambien.
Is it a good story, though?
It's kind of a good story. I was flying from New York to Hong Kong, which is super long flights, like 17 hours. And the mid-flight snack, they give you a sandwich and a cup of noodles.
Mm-hmm.
And I ate my cup of noodles. And the friend that was sitting next to me said this. I don't remember this actually happening. But the flight attendant came to collect the garbage. And he said I started crying and apologizing for breaking the dish. And it would because I'd taken the styrofoam container from the cup of noodles and crushed it. And he said I was just crying tears, apologizing to the flight attendant. Saying I broke your dish.
There must be a collection of Ambien stories somewhere. Don't you think? Like short essays of disasters on that?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, there has to be, right? Lisa says cyberbullying is so out of control nowadays, and now it involves the whole world if it goes viral.
It can, sure. I mean, that's, we wouldn't have this without social media. You just couldn't organize it in this way.
For sure, yeah. Well, and people wouldn't find out about most of this stuff.
Right. Dig through something you said in high school and then generalize it to who you are today and then go get revenge. What, are we in number 4 or did we do number 4?
We did number 3.
Oh, Lord.
So, and we're real tight. So we're just going to say what you're talking about here and then go to break. So
yep, no problem.
We'll hit number 4 after the 8 o'clock hour.
Would your ratings go down if we skipped the bonus?
Probably not.
Probably.
Nope.
Now I know who likes the show and who doesn't. See, that was a test.
I get excited for the bonus.
Yeah, Bubba, I think you're outvoted on that one.
Well, no, if
30
you're in a
seconds.
rush and need
Let's
to
get
out
the
of here.
bonus. No, let's get the bonus.
20 seconds.
How about this? We can give the bonus off air.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
just
unless
doesn't-
unless the whole reason for skipping is Marty's in a rush.
No, my feelings are hurt now. So now that's why I'm skipping. You hurt my feelings.
Not because
Okay.
you want me to, but because
High
I.
five in 3, 2, 1.
102.9 W4 Country, 8 o'clock at WWWFM Ann Arbor. We're in the middle of the Monday morning jumpstart with Marty. Join us on W4 TV at Facebook.com/W4 Country. You can be welcome to my kitchen with the messy counter behind me, or YouTube.com/W4 Country. More with Dr. Marty and cancel culture coming up in just a little bit. We do have some issues on the roadways, though, and Madison Raleigh has a check on that. What's going on?
Well, I do have a report that eastbound at 94 after Jackson, all lanes are open. However, my map is saying that they are still very, very slow moving through there. And we are still watching the accident on the other side, 94 westbound after Ann Arbor Saline. And it is still very slow moving, definitely on that side as well. So really, it looks like you're going to see slow traffic on both sides between about M14 and Ann Arbor Saline. We're also looking at slower traffic on US 12 on either side of 23. On Washington and on Plymouth roads right around 23. Looks like M14 and Ford Road, you're going to see a little bit of a slowdown there. 275 northbound, we have an accident north of Ford Road, and it is slow moving starting just south of Ford Road at this time. Also slower right at the 275-96 interchange. Slower traffic on M36 off and on between Hamburg and 23. Slower on M52 north and south of Chelsea. Also, you're going to see some potential slow moving traffic on US 12 right at 52 and then off and on all the way through downtown Saline. If you have a tip for us, 734-623-1029. Traffic is sponsored by the Home Depot, and that's the latest from the W4 Country Traffic Center.
And clear.
Ye gads, that's a lot.
Hey, who's the country star that just got canceled?
Morgan Wallen.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, you needed an ideal you, didn't you?
I do, yes. I can put a stop here on the next spot.
Yeah.
I'm getting coffee.
It's the traffic that's making us late this morning.
I'm sorry. It's just hard to explain some of these things.
Thank you, Charles. That's a very nice comment, by the way. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you very much.
And we all have sinus things going on, don't we? You
Mine
and
has
me,
been awful since this morning.
huh?
Mine has been just awful. Since.
So is mine. Like I sneezed like 20 times.
And actually, I woke up in the middle of the night with some allergy problems. I haven't done that in a while.
You know what I need to have done in my house? I need to have my ducts cleaned. I think that when the heat goes on, it just blows around a bunch of just shit, and I just don't.
Yeah, you have
don't breathe.
ducks?
Ducts.
Whack, whack.
Oh,
Ducts.
whack.
Ducts.
some kumquats, some ducks.
I've got my new
You
vodka
love-
seltzers. Are we ready, Skippy?
Yes, 15 seconds.
Okay.
That
Ideal
was
you.
10 seconds, 15 seconds ago.
That's right.
Well, you guys were talking. I didn't want to interrupt.
Don't
Interrupt
interrupt
us.
us.
It's fine. That's your job.
All right, here we go. 5,
Tell us to shut up and pay attention.
4, 3, 2.
I tell you what, if you want to lose weight by spring break, it's coming up, and 40 pounds in 40 days is entirely possible with Ideal You. We're all hiding underneath sweaters and jackets and things like that, and there's going to come a day when you have to expose your body. Marty's not. Marty's in a t-shirt this morning. So
Real clothes. We want to wear real clothes again, right?
absolutely, Ideal You will help you lose the weight fast.
Yeah, and it's not with bars or shakes or shots or anything like that. It's with real food that helps you detoxify and lose weight. And it's real food, whole food that you get in your grocery store right now. If you book with Ideal You, they'll give you $200 in free groceries when you sign up for the program. That's on top of the free body composition analysis, which can tell you all the reasons why you haven't been able to lose weight.
Yes, absolutely. Go to idealu.us, get your free consultation. That's idealu.us. Results may vary based on physical health and adherence to program. No weight loss or health guarantees are provided or implied.
Clear on radio.
I tell you what, are we still in spots, Skippy?
Yes.
Cut Parmalee and just go to the top of the hour from the spot break.
All right, you got it.
We got to get on time.
Okay.
Okay. No bonus. So $200 in groceries, is
All
that
right,
like
sending you the top of the hour bed right now.
We're moving.
Right here. It's the Breakfast with Bubba Show.
Hey, good morning. 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. I want to thank you for listening along. You found the Breakfast with Bubba show with Bubba and Madison Raleigh.
Good morning. We do still have a chance of snow today, mostly cloudy skies and highs in the mid-30s.
You're listening to WWWFM Ann Arbor. So very proud to be a Cumulus station in the middle of the Monday morning jumpstart. Join us on W4TV, Facebook.com/W4Country or YouTube.com/W4Country. We're the morning show that makes you feel good.
And clear.
And somebody's at my door.
How dare they?
Is it the lady that called me twice this morning?
I'm looking for this insulation company. Where's Joe?
It is my buddy Joel.
welcome?
There he is walking behind me.
Hello,
Hey,
Joe. It's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Let's see who's at the door.
Shows how to do something simple.
I love that. What is that? Eddie Murphy, Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Here's how we answer the door, boys and girls. Who is it?
Yeah, man. They're crying for the bonus. By they, I mean Matt Ryan.
Yep. He wants the bonus.
Hey, Matt's like 5% of the audience listening or watching right now.
How many are on here? Come on, I can't see a count.
We only have 31 watching right now.
Huh.
33.
Share it on your personal page.
Do people know what this is? I would cancel culture.
Yeah, I think sometimes people are calling it cancel culture, but it's accountability for people who have not been held accountable.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but the difference in cancel culture is the cancel means no more work for you. You're done. You're just
Yeah, that's not accountability.
Your career's accountability is an apology. I think is and then you get a way back. Everybody's done dumb stuff, especially if it involves alcohol or youth and alcohol. That's combustible. But do you get to apologize and say that was a dumb thing to do and can I still have my job or a career, let's say, because maybe you get fired, but then to be unhireable, that's more what it is. It's like a banishment, looks like the old Hebrew scapegoating of.
Yeah, but I think there are always equalizing factors. Like we mentioned Morgan Wallen, and he, his record sales went through the roof.
Yeah, I don't know the story about that. I'm just looking at research on this stuff. It can't be good to not forgive is the way I'm looking at it. You know what I mean? Like everybody deserves a chance at some redemption, I would think. At least that was a cultural value we used to have. If you're sincerely sorry.
And I think that there's something to be said for allowing people to make a mistake and not completely, canceling them, to say, you know what, we'll give you grace. We'll show you forgiveness instead
And
of
you
just
can't even
saying,
say that. That guy from The Bachelor, what's his name? Chris, or not? The Bachelor,
Yeah.
Chris something.
Chris Harrison, right?
He got canceled for saying give somebody grace.
See, I just think that's wrong.
He stepped down. Was that a decision made by the network?
Of course it was. You don't step down from a show like that, for God's sakes. If you
I
ever
think
hear that I stepped down
because
from
everybody
W4,
messes up, and I think everybody deserves second chances. I don't think you necessarily deserve 10th and 11th chances, but I think people screw up all the time. Everybody's human. And all those people who are saying cancel, have they never screwed up before?
right? It's
They live in
hypocrisy.
glass houses?
That was the bonus.
What? It's hypocrisy.
Yeah,
See?
that's okay.
Marty, we're on the same wavelength here.
Yeah, but I think that sometimes thinking gets polarized, where it means, oh, you're saying no consequences for anything, just insult whomever you want. No, not at all. But sentence fit the crime sort of thing.
I mean, let's also remember that the right to free speech protects your free speech from the government, not from other people.
Well, I think I'm almost an absolutist of free speech.
If people decide they don't like what you're saying,
It's
Well,
a
we're talking
free
about
market economy. They can just not purchase your product then.
Well, hold on. Let's be clear, though. You could disapprove of awful behavior. We don't want to have it in public. What we're talking about is a mob of people going back, digging stuff out of your past, for instance, or going beyond the apology and say, no, I'm going to hurt you and by extension your entire family because you won't be able to work anymore anywhere, even after the apology. People should be accountable. Like, rude behavior helps no one. But does it mean that you get there's no way back? Cancel culture saying nope, there's no way back.
yeah. But I mean, do we know that people have been? I mean, who are people who have been just permanently banished
We get a list
by
of
the
that.
court of public opinion?
We should have a list of that, actually.
I mean, do those people make an effort to apologize?
Well, by this definition and this research that I'm looking at, then yes, they can't get back, and it's a mob sort of thing that goes after people. It's happening on the right and the left. It's not just one side doing it.
I think very often it doesn't even have anything to do with politics.
I don't think it does either. I think that, to me, that this looks like a like religious fanaticism is what it looks like to me. It looks like this like strange piety of, you implied something that was unholy.
And that's another issue too, is that people often politicize it. Like it's something that, that is not driven politically, but then someone assigns that behavior to
Back on radio.
one political side or the other.
I agree.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
102.9 W4 Country, Kenny Chesney, I Go Back. Good morning. You found the Breakfast with Bubba show. Time right now is 8:12 with Bubba and Madison Raleigh.
Good morning.
Brian Welch has the forecast.
Lingering snow a little bit this morning, tapering off throughout the day, and highs nearing 40.
We are on W4 TV at facebook.com/W4 Country and youtube.com/W4 Country. We're with Dr. Martin Fletcher from New Hope Counseling and the Shepherd and the Shrink podcast. He's here talking about cancel culture today. Number one, people feel like it increases their social status. Number two, it serves to lower the status of enemies. Number three, it strengthens social bonds, especially with the mob. What's point number four?
Point number four is it kind of flushes people out. It forces enemies to reveal themselves. So it kind of happened to me where I'm not happy with the way that journalism is going. Not you guys, not media in general. Media is important, but journalism, right? Like, am I going to hear two sides, et cetera, et cetera? And I made a statement about that, and boom, that was a loyalty test for one of my friends who immediately assumed that I'm on some political side that isn't theirs. And then I have to have like a 5-minute conversation to get this thing back under control, so they understand. I didn't have to, but I did, because I try to be nice.
See, you're better than me. I just tell them to pound sand. What's point number five?
5 is you get fast rewards. Like there's this adrenaline hit that you get when you attack another human being safely behind your keyboard, and it's exhilarating for some people.
And that's the thing. I think social media and being on the other side is something where you're not directly in front of that person. I think that gives people like this power.
Yeah, and it's a real thing.
Otherwise,
like, it shouldn't bother you, but like a while back, there was a guy I wanted to encounter because of his rudeness. And I was like, man, this has got me mad now.
Well, no, it's the consequence for this when I was a kid is you got met in the lunch yard and you got socked in the jaw. That just isn't happening anymore.
Right.
People just mouth off.
They canceled one of your teeth.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how it was dealt with before. I tell you what, we got a bonus point, number 6, but to see it and hear it, you've got to go to facebook.com/W4Country or youtube.com/W4Country. We'll give it to you on W4 TV right after Madison gives us the traffic.
Which is not so great this morning. We're still watching the accident on 94 westbound. It is after Ann Arbor Saline Road. The left shoulder and left lane is blocked, and it is very slow moving through there, actually starting well before Ann Arbor Saline Road, continuing almost to the Jackson Road there. We're also looking at slower traffic on the eastbound side, starting around State Street, continuing to 23. It's a little slower through there. US 12 slower on either side of 23. Looks like Washtenaw and Plymouth a little slower on either sides of 23. It looks like Ford Road, you're going to see a little heavier traffic ahead of M14. It looks like 275. We're still watching an accident on the southbound side. That is actually just south of the 96 interchange, and it's a little slower moving right through there. Looks like 96 is running smoothly, and I don't have any major problems to report on M52. If you have a tip for us, 734-623-1029. That's the latest from the W4 Country Traffic Center.
And clear on radio.
Okay. So, Marty, what is the bonus?
Hypocrisy. Brian Welch, we should look at the comedians, because a while back there were some comedians that got canceled to see if they got back, or at least there was a threat of it.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's an issue to just broadly call all of it cancel culture, because
we didn't. Yeah, we're not calling.
There are people that use that to gripe about anything.
Well, yeah, it'll be used as a weapon on either side. Everything is. That's why I think it's important to have a definition. I don't want to read a long definition into this because that would bore people. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to define it by that, distinguish it from other things like actual accountability.
Right.
Like, I don't want my daughter working at A&W and having somebody, be sexist or crude to her. I'm going to have to stop that. But should there be a mob, but should there be a mob going after that kid, and a whole campaign online, or is that something that I'm going to handle? I'd rather handle it because I'd hate to see that happen to that kid. I don't think he deserves that. You're a kid and you're maybe an idiot right now.
But you're not going to excommunicate him for the rest of his life.
Yeah. And do you need to be defined by your worst moment? That's what
you're talking about, like individuals who have an encounter like that, and someone is recording it on their phone, and then it goes viral.
Yes, an entire group comes to banish you from the tribe. Yeah, or sometimes it isn't even waiting for it; it's trying to bring it out and setting a trap. But comedians, we're having trouble, because I remember when Chappelle came back with that, and I said, wow, somebody's actually doing it again. So there was a lot of pressure for comedians. I don't know if there still is, or where Seinfeld said he's not going to perform on college campuses just because the restrictions on speech. And
yeah, but that's also Jerry's choice. I mean, would he be performing that much on campuses anyway at this point?
But
I would take him at his Well, I would take him at his word, though. If he says that it's too difficult now because of this climate, I would take him at his word.
And there's so much on the line, too, because the way the mob works is they would go back and Seinfeld reruns would no longer be a thing. And hell, he makes more money off the reruns now than he made when it was in production.
Oh, they're not going to stop watching Seinfeld reruns.
Look how cynical we are.
You don't move the entire nation to stop watching Seinfeld on TBS because he said something that a college disagreed with.
I think the cancel culture could do it.
Cancel culture
depends on who's in charge of running those reruns too, right? What if the network says they're not going to do it anymore?
Look at
us. All you need is a couple advertisers to bow out and it's done.
Right. Right. I mean, we've seen that with major musicians or athletes or whatever, where they were sponsored, especially athletes, I think, right? They were sponsored by some major advertiser, and all of a sudden they said one thing and the advertiser completely just drops them. It's a huge chunk of money for them, number one. And now it's, made a bigger deal out of it over and over again.
But I agree with you, Marty. Like one mistake and people are just banished. I mean, it's not like you're just fired. You're banished.
Did we solve all the problems?
I don't know. It's like Morgan Wallen. I agree. He was an asshole. You know, he shouldn't have said that. There's no excuse for what he said, but is it worthy to cost him his whole career and existence? I don't know.
Well, does he get a way back? Does he get a chance at redemption, or will that define him the rest of his? What is he, like 30 or something? He looks
He's younger than that.
Okay, so here's this kid that learned a hard lesson, maybe he learned a life lesson where now he's doing something else. I don't know.
So, are we done?
Anybody else have anything to say?
I can quit.
Oh, I have more to say. I'll just tweet about it instead.
There we go.
Hi, Mom.
Coke training.
I've always wanted to say that.
That's a different issue there, Joe. We'll address that at some other point.
Hey, Hutch.
So, everyone have a great week. Thank you.
See y'all.
Bye.